So what we've got is basically the insight into Ralston Chapel and Peterborough Cathedral and the House of David, the House of Judah, King David, the House of Judah, and also my house, the House of Ephraim, the House of Joseph, and how they interconnect is all shown in Peterborough Cathedral, which actually happened as we were there, with David being tested as King David either side, right, by the high orders. In the Lord of the Rings, this is Ridermark, land of the riders, from Rider's Mark being the territory of the knights. Mark means borderland, as in the defence of the inner realm. So Lord of the Riddle Marks protects the inner realm and opens its doors when necessary. Right? And the illusion is that I'm the Lord of the Riddle Marks. Right? And he's more the Lord of the Rider Mark. Fleur-de-lis and fleur-de-lis represents the Merovingian bloodline. The fleur-de-lis is in Scotland's heraldic lion's paws and tail, and in the unicorn's tail. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. The unicorn represents the Grail bloodline. Mary Magdalene was a daughter of kings. Mary Magdalene was a dragon queen. Mm-hmm. The fleur-de-lis and flower-de-lis alludes to the dragon queen's menstrual blood. This is where the star fire becomes important. In the 7 Harry Potter books, 1997 to 2007, and 8 Harry Potter movies, 2001 to 2011, the line of Gryffindor is the line of Judah, and Harry was the chosen one to, via Lord of the Riddle Marks, bring down the kingdom of lies. Behind me, the entrance doorway is in the shape of an owl. The ankh is an ancient Egyptian hieroglyphic symbol for the key of life. It is a capital T shape with a droplet above. Ankh exists in the Egyptian words for life, floral bouquet, and mirror. Since life, air, and water, pharaohs gave the ankh to their gods to benefit their people. When the Egyptian gods held the ankh, it represented their power to sustain life and revive human souls in the afterlife. Coptics adapted the ankh with a circle instead of droplet, and this became a variant of the Christian cross. Ankh means to live life, nourish and evolve as the key to life. Ankh means to express a wish that a particular person live. Ankh with a cross below represents the feminine symbol. Ankh with a cross on top is masculine symbol. Ankh and a phoenix represents the right to rule. Ankh and a phoenix represents the right to rule.
I don't know if I told you this, Libby, but so Grandma left Germany at the north. She left at the North Sea, Prussia or Germany, part of Russia. This little special area that no longer exists. And all the family, all those brothers and her uncles, got on this boat and went across to America, and they landed on Ellis Island.
Oh my God.
Which is next to the Statue of Liberty. And that's the Ellis Island is where all the refugees checked in. And Mom and Dad, or my grandmother's, Kerner was her maiden name, is all on that wall.
Yeah.
So then they make their way from New York, and a couple of the uncles stopped in Chicago, and the others went to Minneapolis. And Grandma only spoke German, so they went to a little German community, which was in the middle of Minneapolis, where I grew up. Everybody spoke German, because they were Catholic, and they were German Catholics. They found a church that did confession in German, because they couldn't speak English.
In the 13th century, they were conquered and Christianized by the German-speaking Knights of the Teutonic Order, a religious order that played a major role in Eastern European in the late Middle Ages and went under various changes in the organization from 1189 to 90. Its major residences, marking its major states of development, were Palestine, Accra, Palestine, Israel, its original home beginning with the Third Crusade in Marienburg and Prussia.
Very interesting. Something. My grandmother had befriended some. I'll have to refresh my memory on the story. And she was from Iran, right? And she had come to America, and they were talking about, you couldn't buy silk stockings, and it must have been the First World War or something in Iran and all of that. But she was so grateful for my grandmother's friendship that she gave her a diamond. I don't know if it was in a ring. Oh, earrings? Diamond earrings, I think they were. Big rocks.
I love it when you get to a pub and there's a room like this. Do a little bit of work, peruse this exciting menu, and hide the fact that I've got my own drink. It's very exciting.
Anchored a phoenix on a circle with the 4 lines of Judah sitting on an extended cross, which you have in Peterborough Cathedral, represents the right of the house of Judah to rule, being the right of the house of David to rule, being the right of King David to rule. And those 4 animals was the tarot world card.
It's the rider cards, right? It's out of the rider deck. So it's from this deck here.
That's got the bull, the lion, the eagle, and the angel.
And the angel.
Right, and that's exactly what was on the 4 hand bits that you rest your hands on when you're standing on the cathedral lectern. And the name of earth is Judah. And this is according to the Holy Grail, which is an anagram of Gregory Heller. Christ is a title, so there's no one walking around in a white gown going, I'm Jesus, I'm Jesus. It's not happening. Right, it's a title, service position, knowledge, bloodline, all that sort of stuff. Behind me, the entrance doorway is in the shape of an owl. And that owl represents Mary Magdalene. The owl represents the Dragon Queen, i.e. Mary Magdalene, and the flower of the mitochondrial DNA, starfire blood. And therefore, the owl is another representation of the fleur-de-lis, whereas the Dragon King is represented by the raven. J.R.R. Tolkien was an historian for the Sinclair and Plantagenet families. He wrote an analogy of the prophecies of the true bloodline and called it the Lord of the Rings. Aragorn is the hair of a seal door.
The hair of the seal door?
Yeah,
what is that?
Seal door. A sealed door, a door of seals,
Okay.
door with 7 seals behind it. And the chancery, they're also grapevines. If you look at the back of them, it's grapevines. So it's talking about vine lineage. There's male and female energy between the heart and throat. Anchors feminine and masculine and symbolises the ruler. Raleigh's House of Joseph, and his aunt is Queen Elizabeth. So she's the daughter of Queen Anne Boleyn. He's the grandson of Queen Anne Boleyn. So they're both House of Joseph. But this here is alluding to the House of David. So they've kind of overstepped their mark a bit. And Israel is for Isis. Ra is for the sun god, also known as Osiris. And El is for Lord, a representation of Horus. And the Elohim, the shining ones. And this is the Trinity house. So Israel actually means the goddess, the god, and their child. In its true meaning, the children of Israel are descended from the gods. Gaza used to be Canaan. Hendricks knew 6 was 9. Jimi Hendrix knew stuff. So, back on topic. David has the lost rings. Now, Canon 11 is on David's rings. The chancery floor of Peterborough Cathedral is on David's rings. The chancery ceiling of Peterborough Cathedral is on David's rings.
That must be quite a ring.
There's 2 of them, yeah.
How tall is David, King David?
6'9".
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking you're fairly tall as well.
Yeah, I'm around 6
It would be
foot.
the 2 towers.
He's known as Strider for his long stride. And the physical description of him, which I'm going to come to, and the physical description of me are just so incredibly spot on.
Accurate.
Yeah, both in the Lord of the Rings and in the Bible.
Wow.
It's just like taking a photograph. So the dais, raised platform or cathedra has 4 creatures on the handles. In the Holy Grail, led by the Lion of Judah, 4 corners of the earth cathedral, there is the bull for the earth, Taurus. There's the lion for fire, Leo, the Lion of Judah, King of Kings, the Lion of Gryffindor. The eagle is the phoenix, which is Aquarius, which is the air. So the eagle is king of the air. And then there's the angel, which is Aquarius, the water bearer, which is the water bearer. And the creator's well, which is homophonous with the creator's will. The lion and eagle combined are the phoenix, the griffin. Stately houses always have griffins in anticipation of the return of the King of Kings, which is David, and pays homage to the rose line. The 4 elements make up the ether, the 5th element.
The only way to save us is through divine intervention.
Good morning, everybody. New moon is coming up in a few days. That's my house. Here's my cup of tea. And I got up about 4-ish. I woke up where I slept, which was on the beach. That's right, last night I slept on the beach. I just grabbed a little travel pillow and a sleeping bag. Just went and slept on the beach, and it was actually not that bad at all. I felt completely safe. And I'm pretty sure it would have been good for me to sleep outside, and so I wasn't quite sure thought I'll come to Kings Park and watch the sunrise. I don't think I've ever done that before, or at least not that I can remember. So, although I wanted to completely kill myself last night, today I feel better. In fact, I feel great. I'm really proud of myself. That I didn't go binge eat, I didn't go drink, I didn't find someone to run to. I just let myself cry and scream and rant and get it all out and then just go to sleep. So I was going to sleep in the car because that seemed a bit more contained and safe and warm, but I've always wanted to know what it's like to sleep on the beach. So yeah, it was really nice. I saw a shooting star, and I saw the shooting star just as I was thinking about parasites and how my brother called me a parasite, and how that's how people see me, because I shamelessly accept the breadcrumbs from the government as I work hard on my business, and that's really irritates people that force themselves to slave away every day doing something they don't really truly want to do. So I'm not really taking it personally, and if anything, I should probably take it as a compliment that, you know, I don't know, it's obviously, yeah, being called a parasite is an amazing compliment, but yeah, but you know, and that stems from my dad, who called the trust fund parasites, and his email is still parasites, although it's written backwards. And as I was reflecting on that, I thought, yeah, I'll show them what a parasite is like, because literally I feel like I'm the complete opposite of a parasite, and I believe that I'll prove that. And as I had that thought, everything that I just told you, I just thought that in a flash of a second, you know, and then I saw this shooting star. So yeah, I had some like confirmation from stars, and the kookaburras confirmed that I'm gonna have a great day, because kookaburras is my spirit animal. They laughed their heads off when I started making my tea. Police. I'm sure that, I don't know, what are they doing? Oh, they're getting sentimental too, I think. They're taking a picture of the sunrise. Anyway, respect and love to them, because I'm sure that, like most cops, they have the best of intentions. And there's plenty of jobs that they do that's very needed. And anyway, I'm not going to get into politics today. Well, at least not right now. I haven't had my tea. But yeah, wow. You know, most people that are homeless are mentally broken. I'm kind of half mentally broken. But there's so many benefits. So you guys should totally be homeless today and just give it a go. My name's Elizabeth Griffin, and I have a controversial confession to make. I'm actually at rock bottom. 2023 was the most challenging year of my life, and I slept on the beach last night because I'm homeless at the moment and I don't like asking people for help. I've never been religious. I got out of religious studies when I was a kid. I didn't want to know anything about it. I've always been spiritual, I guess. I've always believed in reincarnation and angels and God. And in 2012, about a week before Christmas, after months of wondering what my past life history was, I said to my boss that I was thinking about getting a past life regression, and the light above me flashed a few times and we knew it was a sign, and she gave me a name and number of an amazing psychic, and naturally I went to see her, being told that I was Anne Boleyn, which is Henry VIII's second wife. Every cell in my body just went, oh, I knew it. Like, when my mind was flooded with memories. And then when I went to England in 2014 and I went to Glastonbury tour and I walked into the Michael's Tower, this 80-year-old, well, I mean, he was at least 80, sweet, bubbly, lively old man just walked straight up to me and said, isn't it terrible what Henry did to Anne? Like, very cheekily, like he knew. And I just went, yeah. And I felt an eruption of anger in me. And just my jaw dropped. All I could think about was, did he really just say that? And why? Is there a poster of them behind me? Like, why would he say that to me right now in this black place? The most amazing miracle was on the 19th of May 2020 when I was coincidentally shown Raven Moonstone's video called Truth. I skipped right to the part where she goes, and guys, and she got teared up, like she was really emotional, and she said, I found the white rabbit. The white rabbit lies in Anne Boleyn's thumbprint bloodline. And I thought, well, first of all, it's like, what the hell? Did I just hear the white rabbit and Anne Boleyn in the same sentence? Because it's kind of a joke between me and my friends that I'm like Alice incarnated, and I'm a lot like the white rabbit because it kind of leads you astray from, the Matrix. I thought, well, Elizabeth I was the last of her lineage. And then she said that Anne Boleyn faked her execution and she lived on. She had another daughter, Mary, which I found out years later, and has a living descendant who is amazing. His name is Joseph Gregory Hallett, King John III. His story is one of the most fascinating, wild, controversial stories I've ever heard in my life. He's a walking, talking red pill. He's been targeted his whole life. They've tried to kill him, he is alive by the grace of God. I'm sure that Anne Boleyn would be so proud. It's the most beautiful story. Obviously I'm biased, but I can't believe that I'm experiencing this. I believe that he is a marker of this new era, the change of guards, the beginning of the golden age. It's basically like the Da Vinci Code, but real life. A lot of us are now realizing that movies are full of clues and codes and truths. He's done a lot of recent videos. His YouTube channel is kingof.uk. He is actually the true King of England. Him and his team have the potential to change this world for the better in the most amazing way. Make the world a better place, a fairer place. For years I just was so depressed and sad because of, knowing how much evil happens in the world, and it just seemed impossible that we could change things truly for the better. And now I believe that we can and we will. And this is what has been prophesied for thousands of years. And as he says, the Bible is a series of predictions hidden within a religion. Those high up in these secret societies and high orders who have access to these ancient truths and mystery teachings, who preserve truth. You know, a lot of people now think all the elites are evil. There are amazing high vibe elites out there who are fighting for us, for all of us, and who are very, you know, well, they're very evolved because they've been able to get a real education and eat real food and explore their hobbies and explore their gifts and their light, and beautiful things are happening at the highest levels already. So many things that we're now hearing in the mainstream media you just wouldn't have been able to say a few years ago. It's just so beautiful. If you have lost faith in what is good in this world, good, honorable men, if you've lost faith in God, in justice, I'm like a total hippie now, living in a little ashram. My room is big, and I have a big desk. I haven't put my stuff away yet. And through that door, let me show you, is a secret garden, all for me. Well, there's one other person that can come here, but it's literally a private little garden, so namaste, bitch. My room set up, my little tarot decks, my little couch. So fucking happy, I cannot even describe the happiness. Strange guy up there, but I can handle that. I can clear that. I can protect. That's all. Okay, so words cannot describe the joy I feel right now to have my own space. I've got my little shelf with my weights and my little bed, my little bedside table with my little things on there, and my little hooks with things on them waiting at the door, and my little dresser with my little knickknacks, and my desk. And my little wardrobe and my little entry to the secret garden. I just cannot even, I'm just speechless. It feels so good to have my own space after, I don't know, a month or so of being homeless. I mean, I did choose to go gypsy in the car, like I did choose it, but so it'll be an interesting learning experience and challenge. But anyway, I cannot even describe how light I feel. And I'm just gonna get ready for my abundance to roll in and just kick that door down. I'll just be sitting here, waiting for the door to get kicked down by sexy white hats and take me to the helicopter and fly me to Switzerland or something like that.
Can you explain what the soul is exactly, or the ego? The soul, and I should mention that not everybody technically has one. If you ascribe to the spirit, essentially everybody has the capacity to essentially develop their soul, and that can make you an empty vessel. Right. And they sort of exist to be, unfortunately, like vehicles for dark entities. You also, at the same time, have to have the potential that all different types of spiritual texts and esoteric material. It's just over the years I've found anthroposophy to be the most. And if I'm not studying and working in that way, I am having my own practice where I receive information and visions, pulse, and then I prefer not to just say, oh, well, I just channeled this the other day, so I like to try to support everything that I see or everything that I already know within myself. I try to find and include other of teaching. And so that's very organized. This is from Tammy. Hi Gigi, with Christmas just around the corner, can you talk more about Mary? You once mentioned she became pregnant with Jesus intentionally through ritual, and I think you said she was more of a high priestess, and Mary was a title, not a birth name. I am curious to know more about her and the conception of Jesus and how she was chosen for this honor. Okay, this is a big one. So there's actually, if you read the Gospels, you'll find that there's actually two the Solomon Jesus. Now this is explained in anthroposophy very clearly, and I can't get into more on the Marian feminine.
Good morning. I've just woken up and I wanted to give you a tour out to the secret garden. Awesome. I'll show you the rest of the place, but it's silence. It's early, so I have to be quiet. Hello, little precious. Hello, little darling. Hello. He's a baby. He's a little precious baby. Yes, I love you. So as you can see, this is where we eat. There's a lovely little garden out here. And that's the laundry, and there's a yoga studio out there, which I'll show you. Hello, Dad. This is the rest of the kitchen. It's lovely and clean. I'll show you the rest. Downstairs is where everybody lives. Ooh, come on. Showers. Toilets. Oh, cute little bathroom. This is where they have the kirtan. He started this school. Jesus. And this is the upstairs kitchen. This is the library. It's full of books about health, psychology, yoga, meditation, Buddhism, spirituality, religion, a lot of Buddhist books. I've seen a few over here about the Bible and the nature of reality. And once upon a time, I would have been so excited to have access to all these books, but I can't help but feel like I've almost read enough for now. I just need to learn to just be and listen to my heart. So that's it, really. There's one more room I'll show you. Look at this bathroom. This is where I shower. It's amazing. I love it. To my room. Oh. Hello. So yeah, now I'm gonna get to work. A little sacred truth and beauty, black rabbit. Where that's from, little My Little Pony, because it makes my inner 3-year-old happy. That's from Caragini. This is from Notre Dame that I got when I was 8. It used to be my keyring, but it snapped. And a little elephant. So now I had a lot of keyrings that I had from childhood travels. So then when the Notre Dame one snapped, I put this one on, which is the Sacred Heart, that I also got from Paris when I was a little girl. Love it. I would say that I'm more grounded right now than I have been in years. I was in fear of Big Brother, okay, because of the pandemic. Scandemic, no, it was not called a scandemic, it was called a pandemic, and I am calling it a scandemic. So anyway, we're way past that now. That is such old fucking news. I mean, that was so 2022. I mean, it was 2021. I mean, it was so 2020, okay? What the hell is happening? What the hell? So, yeah. I'm no longer homeless and crippled, so that's nice. I'm having the greatest... Oh my god, that little girl is so cute. I'm not clucky. I'm too young. Oh, that's good. She has a dad. Oh, so cute. Children need a dad more than anything else, and I didn't have a dad. It's why. This explains a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. A lot of potential never reached. Anyway, I'm not gonna act. I'm not putting on any acts. I don't need to look cute or funny or smart or pretty. I'm just going to be 100% me, authentic cunt mode. Okay? Okay. Look, I'm 37, okay? I'm old. I'm not here to act, I'm not here to be cute, I'm not here to be funny, I'm not here to get applause, although I do deserve a little bit at least. I'm here to get off my motherfucking chest what I need to get off, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I should just shut the fuck up, go for a walk on the beach. Here's the problem with that though, here's the problem with that. I was gonna just get out the car and go for a walk on the beach. And I knew that would make me feel way better. It always does, it's what I do, it's what I do. And it feels great, okay? But what I've noticed is that this inner dilemma doesn't go away. There's something inside me that needs to be fucking expressed, or I am going to pop. Oh, that was a hiccup. A humorously timed hiccup. I didn't time it. That was spirit. Thank you for that. Well, that was probably my traumatized body. No, I shouldn't say that. My body is amazing. It's the greatest body there ever was. A little bit stressed, but you know, it's great. Where was I? Oh yeah. I am not acting I never was acting actually, but I did put a little bit of an act on just to look a little bit cute. Now clearly I'm trying to look cute right now. I want to be cute, you know. But we all try to look cute on camera, don't we? It's not just me. It's not just me. Anyway, shut the fuck up, Libby, and go for a walk. Go for a walk. Go kite surfing. I mean, those guys look so happy. I'm going, God damn it. I'm going kite surfing, okay? I'm going to become a kite surfer. What was it going to do? Just stop, Libby. Stop. I'll stop. I've stopped. There is a man over there trying to figure out if I'm crazy or talking to my phone, and I'm just letting you know telepathically right now that yes, I am crazy. Okay. That's why I'm here talking to myself and making this confession, which yes, I'm getting on with it. I'm doing it. So I don't quite know how to put this, but I am a nut job. Okay, I feel better. That's all I had to say. Just kidding. I've just two things to say here. Past life trauma is real, okay? And second of all, I would like my crown back. Like, I'm ready to get my crown back. So I'm here. Whenever you need me, just call MI5 or whatever, and just they'll give you my number, or you can go to www.wonderclub.co and sign up. So you should sign up. But oh shit, this is turning into a sales video. Okay, no, this is not a sales video. This is a confession. I am really losing my mind, I think. I'm pretty sure. And I know it looks fun, it looks humorous, but it's not fun. It's not fun at all. So I had a life, it didn't go well, and for some reason I am reconnected to this life. This life, especially connected. And alright, look, to speak. There is a man there is a king, one of the truest kings there ever was, actually. I think the king. And he wrote some books, and the first book is about me, or is a little bit about me, okay? And then the funny part is that I'm writing some books and they're about him. So he's writing books about me, I'm writing books about him. I mean, it's not his books are not about me, but they definitely feature me, and my books are about me too. But they're also about him. And we have never met each other in this life. we've never met, but I have dreamt about him.
The Garden of Eden will reign again. The heaven and earth will become one, and it ushers in the golden age, the messianic age of peace. Everything is in threes. All the fellowship and fellowship of the ring will be watching this more than once. The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the return of the prophecy fulfilled. We've been fulfilling prophecy after prophecy and are cousins with birthmarks. This is the Da Vinci Code for real. David has AB negative blood, the same as the Shroud of Turin, the rarest blood type. They all bow their heads and bend their knees, which is kind of what's been happening during 7 and 10-day tests. For those who are in the know, it's a kind of magic. You know Jonah and the whale, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mother's ancestors, like her uncle and grandfather, they were whalers, because when you're setting up civilization, whales actually provide the beginning of civilization.
Everything.
Lamps, everything, bones for fences, right? So when people first went to New Zealand, when the whites first went there around 1800, the first thing they did was whaling. So Greg Helen was born 3 days late in the belly of a whale. His mother's uncle was the last to harpoon a whale in Otago Harbour in 1931. And I lived in Auckland, which is known as Jaffa. Mm-hmm. And Jonah, who spent 3 days in the whale, he lived in Jaffa.
Thank you, God. I just got off the big tree. That was so fun. I've never done that before. I love it here. I love this time of the day.
And even esoteric Christianity, the feminine aspect it's really sort of centered more around, but moving forward, we're going to need to understand the feminine aspect of the Christ principle. It's something that we're going to have to know. And so we need to bring out a deeper understanding about Mary. Why are the two women in Christ's life called Mary? Is that the only name going around?
What? Is a raven?
No, it's a title.
Desk guy.
It's the old Atlantean title of the high priestess, Mari. Is, I think as a collective is very little. There's a special kind of conception that's needed because the Nathan soul was basically unfallen and pure. Okay? So that required a certain kind of conception that does not have an earthly father. Can't have that. Okay? And then, so you're looking at Atlantean, and it represents the earthly line. And the highest earthly wisdom imaginable. So one's heavenly and one's earthly, and that had a different conception process. And their channeled books discussing the different evolutionary phases of each planet, they believe that through the understanding of the planetary spheres, we not only understand our character and things about us, but we also actually understand this macro solar system school that we're really a part of. And so every planet has its role that the soul essentially incarnates into and has a specific experience in, and it has a specific effect on the soul. It's a specific initiation. The Venusian sphere, Venus, is an initiation. All of it has an effect on your soul and your overall soul development. Okay? Now, Earth is the most dense, the most material sphere thus far in our solar system. Lemuria. Yeah, but it can convince you that you were created in a petri dish by an alien. You're in trouble. You're in trouble because your mindset is not going to acknowledge your actual spiritual materialization on the planet. You're not going to be able to see yourself as a spiritual being. You're going to see yourself more as a slave. And you're going to have a very dark paradigm.
Sita, the mascot of the Beacon Yoga Center. It's our daily ritual of tea drinking and brushing the cat. Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, I have found peace. All I needed was some nice green grass, a little white cat. Yeah, you do like a fur. Is that the She loves the brush. Yeah, oh yeah, you do love the brush. You just love the brush. That's right. You are the most beautiful cat in the world. Sita, Sita, does anybody else pat you, brush you with a song? Hang on, what is that on your neck, darling? What is that on your neck? What is that on your neck? What's that? What's that? Look up again. Look up. Look up. Look, Sita. Look up. Oh, what's that? You got a little sore. Oh my god. We're going to call the pet. Call the police. Sita has a little injury. Oh my god, what is that, honey? Oh, I'll have to alert the authorities. I will alert the authorities immediately. It was so cute. I came out here to have my tea and just look into the distance, the trees, and reflect on the messages of the birds. And I said, Sita, where are you? And Sita appeared, didn't you? You came. I love you. And I was outraged. Animal. I am not that kind of lady. But then in the next dream, we were both young teenagers, and we had this knowing that we were twin flames. And I was thinking, did you get my email? And he was playing games with me. He didn't give me a straight answer. He was testing me, because there was also this knowing that he was more advanced than me. He was much more of a master than me. And he wasn't gonna make it easy for me. No ill intent. Harmless. But frustrating for me. Because I don't want to do the work. Who do I think I am? So that's what happened. And a reminder of who I'm doing this for. My little kindergarten. It's me. I had a crush on him. I made that with a little love note. A suitor left at my door when I was 17. I'll be thinking of you. It was pretty cute, so I turned it into wings for Marilyn. Just got this, created this little space, my beauty space. My little treasures for self-adornment. And I don't know what to do with my little makeup case. It was my old business card. I loved that card. And I decorated it with cheap sticky things. I was bored. And what's that say? Really, I'm on day 2 of a fast and all my dad issues are coming up. I'm doing it for this girl, okay? This is my little water jug, look at her. Doing it for you, Libby. Because I thought I was nothing. I never spoke up in school. I never raised my hand once. I was just scared to speak. I really wish that I did have clairaudience or clairvoyance, because they are the preferred gifts to have, because they're more validating. It's obvious, you know, if you see something or you hear something, it's a clear message. But having clairsentience is a tricky one, because you're gaining information through your feelings and emotions. And you can go your whole life being a powerful clairsentient and not even know, and you just think that all those things you're feeling are yours. And so boundaries is very important. Comfort's great, but it's like if you lived in a 5-star hotel, you would be very comfortable, but you would become a cunt pretty quickly, most likely. Not always, most likely. But if you went camping for a week and then you checked into a 5-star hotel, you would really appreciate that comfort. Oh yeah, just a disclaimer that nothing I say is to be taken seriously. These videos are entertainment purposes only. So don't ban me, YouTube, okay? Because I come in peace. I'm a friend of the state. I'm a friend of the deep state.
The Jesuits don't want any prophecies to be fulfilled.
Right.
Right? Massive Jesuit infiltration and false information put out right through the alt media and the mainstream. His bloodline, David's bloodline, is a combination of the three bloodlines, the Sangreal, the Dragon bloodline, and the Fae bloodline, which we, psychic. Yeah. This is the Messianic bloodline. This marks the Holy Grail. St. Clair and Plantagenet are the Merovingian. Merovingian are the number one of the upper elite 13 families. David's blood is the union of both Plantagenet and Merovingian. All of the 13 tribes became the 13 bloodlines. David's line, the house of Judah is the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. The house of Ephraim, the house of Joseph, which is me, is the house of kings. Judah, Benjamin, and Joseph have always stayed close together. Right? So Shiloh is a spiritual title of the place where those involved will assemble somewhere on earth.
Scotland.
Could be Scotland, yeah.
Yeah.
Shiloh means forever. Shiloh means the Messiah, the promised Messiah, the Big Daddy. They all acknowledge the purity of blood. The most pure blood, the higher the ranking.
Today is the beginning of my new life. Sita and I are running away together. Sita, you are so beautiful. Sita, I love you, Sita. Your eyes are so blue, Sita. I love you. I could pat her all day long. Brush her till the cows come home, to the end of the earth. How could life get any better? It just couldn't. It couldn't. Sita, Sita, you are so beautiful. Sita, Sita, you are so beautiful. Oh, I love you too. Oh, that feels so good. Don't stop. Oh, that feels amazing. Thank you, Sita. Oh, why thank you. Why thank you, you cute little affectionate little fluff ball. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're my baby. You do that. That's my teeth. want to eat that, Sigma. Good try. Good try. Too quick for you. Cats are fickle. Yeah. Just like that, eh? 1 minute, pure heaven. Next minute, off with their head. Outrageous. Outrageous. Anyway, I know that I've been watched and tracked, and I've been sent messages through music, my Spotify songs, and stop the song and put whatever they want on. And I guess when I think about the songs and the times, it's an attempt to guide me, to help me, maybe make fun of me, tease me. This amazing man, Gregory, he made some videos a few weeks ago when I was homeless and really struggling. It was beautiful timing. Some more coincidences involving Jimi Hendrix. But I can't even think about that right now. I just, yeah. But, and this is the wildest mystery of all time, I'm pretty sure. And I am Alice in Wonderland, and I'm sick of it. I want to come home. And I belong. And I have wondered if Raven sang that song by coincidence now, if she was told to. This is about truth and freedom. Not getting any younger, I can tell you that much. I'm not looking. No, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. I don't see anything. That was so fucking weird. Mission impossible. You need to do a lot of meditation. Okay, that's what I've learned. A lot of relaxation, a lot of yoga-ation. Okay, because there's a lot of fraudulation happening around here. Anyway. The point is that who am I gonna call? I've got no one to call. And okay, I'm gonna have to show off my bum bags. Okay, that's really tight, but army style one. We've got disco. We've got slick, slim black one, slick away, and party. And we got this, I got this in Italy for every occasion. And of course, a pink one, because why not? And my big black bag here, and my black backpack. This is literally all the bags I have, because I live light and I fucking love it. So I've got something for every occasion, so. Booyah. Sneakers that probably need to get burned. More business style ones. Has bad vibrations though. And what's this? Oh, make Australia great again. Greatest hat ever. And what's this? This. Louis Vuitton. Oh yeah. Actually, it is legit. It has purple velvet. Let's see, I'll change angle here. Purple velvet. The inside. My stepmother gave it to me. Anyway, I didn't want to bitch about anybody, but if the devil was a food, he would be wheat, right? Because sugar, it's too obvious. We all know that's the devil. But wheat, clever disguise there, devil. Sita, give me baby. I'm making a little video. Sita video. Wow, look at that's heavy peanut butter on that. Heavy.
Yes, it is.
I go heavy butter with a touch of peanut butter. That's how I roll. Sita, look, I've just started filming a video, Sita.
Sita video.
I am. You're on camera, by the way. You're on camera, but I am recording. So, yeah, but just act normal. Just remain calm. Everything is fine as you were. I've got no one to talk to. I mean, I could talk to Tina, but no, I can't do that because I've already told her enough. Any more, it'll send her over the edge, okay? And I'm happy to talk to myself. Okay. We're coming into our power. We're remembering who we are. We're not playing small anymore, and we're not allowing idiots to tell us who we are. Okay? We're going live very soon unless I get lifted into a helicopter, taken away to the island. Anyway, I know for sure that I'm either completely insane or that I am completely insane. Wait, no. I know for sure that I am a funny bitch. And what I'm not sure about is I'm either completely batshit crazy or I am Cinderella. Surprise! Yeah. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock around the clock. I can't wait to get back on tick tock. 'Cause I have an addiction to TikTok. Anyway, this is getting weird. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my personal heaven. Welcome to Libby's heaven. Cat, tea, grass. It doesn't get better than that. Oh, and some Archangel Michael Tarot deck. I might stop recording though, because I have a guest and we can't act normal if there's a video. People freeze up.
What are you recording?
I just take little video diaries. I just record if I'm just having a moment. I'm like,
For yourself?
for myself. I may end up using clips of it one day in my storytelling. But originally I started it just because I was so scared of being on camera. Like I had such a fear around it. And I wanted to break through that fear and, you know, just be able to just be on camera and not care. Just feel just as peaceful as I would if I wasn't. So I sort of started doing it a few years ago. And slowly but surely the anxiety has dissipated. And now I don't care. Now I pretty much feel like I'd be doing this exact same thing if the camera wasn't on. So I have achieved my goal. But mainly, Sita, I just wanted to get a memory of you and I. Because you're my little pussycat.
It looks really awesome how she's lying there and
It does, but
doing this jokes.
This is such a Kodak moment. Oh my god.
How do you like listening to your own voice?
Hate it.
Oh, right?
Isn't it horrible? So cringe. That's why it's taken me years to even watch the videos I've made.
Yeah.
But I think I'm starting to get used to it. Like I'm just, after a while you kind of just accept it. Then you got to work through the ridiculous bullshit that comes out of your mouth. So there's some serious footage on that phone. Although I have backed it to the iCloud, wherever the hell that goes. Whoever the hell can view the iCloud, eh? Welcome back to part 2 of Elizabeth's Confessions Down Under, although apparently I'm up top. Apparently Australia is up the top of the flat earth, but who fucking knows? I mean, and who fucking cares? Am I a robot? Have you wondered that lately? Like, am I a robot? Like, am I the Walking Dead? Like, am I, like, full of nanotech? Okay. Like, 'cause, yeah, how would I know if I'm human anymore in a world like this? I just don't know anymore. I just don't know. Times are tough. Why do I keep doing that? Because Donald Trump does it. And another one of my heroes doesn't. You may have heard of him, King of England. The real King of England. The truest King of England, the greatest king. Okay. So I'm constantly second guessing myself, and that is the job of the truth seeker, but it's punishing, and I doubt it, partly because it's a fucking epic story. It's the most epic story I've ever fucking heard. And I haven't heard a lot of stories, but I've heard a few. And my brain just completely short-circuited. It was just overrun with amazement. My brain is just shut down, okay? I'm gonna need a minute to just reboot. So, it's a fucking epic story. It's the most epic story. And it's spiritual, and I want to know that I'm sure. I don't want to get it wrong. I want to be 100% in my knowing. Which would be easier if I was not stuck in here all the time when I was in here, but I shut this thing down years ago because life is brutal. But I'm working on it. I climb Glastonbury Tor, which is a sacred site in England. I walk into the middle of the Tor, and an old man walks straight up to me with purpose and cheekiness and aliveness, and he leans and he goes, "Isn't it terrible what Henry did to Anne?" And I'm like, yeah. The fuck? I mean, what the fuck? Okay, that's the timing, the orchestration of that synchronicity, that coincidence. That's fucking amazing. It was also telling that he said what he said, because it just made me erupt like a volcano with anger and just like outrage, which then eventually dissipated into complete and utter disappointment and grief, among other things. So it showed me that I was far from over it, and that's amazing. Okay, the next most amazing thing is that on the anniversary of her execution, the 19th of May in the year 2020, I find out about Greg, because Raven Moonstone, who I'd never heard of, was coincidentally shown to me by somebody. I was mainly concerned about the sex predator, creep, Jesuit cunts that are around Perth that have been traumatizing me in this life. And I'm aware that there's no doubt a connection between those two lives. That video by Raven Moonstone called Truth, which revealed that Anne faked her death, lived on, and has a living descendant who is a fucking boss in every meaning of the word, and is a fucking, well, it's hard to wrap your mind around it. Okay, the predicted someone who's been prophesized over, his very existence is a call to reflect on all manner of esoteric phenomena. And so hearing that Anne lived was a fucking miracle gift for me to not be so scared anymore. But the truth is, it didn't really make me less scared. It took, that was 3.5 years ago, and I've only just started to calm down the last few months. I've been in fear this whole time, but mainly was triggered by the COVID scam and the things the government were doing and all of the repressed fear that I didn't know that I had of being persecuted and hunted and targeted and poisoned and fucking kidnapped and fucking in prison. So I'm so glad that chapter's over, but that's some pretty magical coincidences, don't you think? And then on top of it, wow, it was 313 13 said that. Great. I'm one of those people. It gets crazier. I emailed him on September 11, 2022, and I'm being watched. I mean, I was probably already being watched before that, but I have been sent messages, poetic, artistic messages, and I'm still making sense of it. September, October. About a month after, about a month after I emailed him, I took myself to church and because I was involved with a dark person on my own secret mission, riddled with demons actually, and I was truly concerned about myself, and I really wanted to show spirit that I want to take my service to the light and love seriously, and I went to church. I got down on my knees. I've never done this before, and I fucking prayed, and I said, Jesus Christ, Mother Mary, tell me how I can serve you. As I sat there listening and waiting for a reply, I heard an old man say, excuse me, do you know if there's any history books around here? And I opened my eyes, and there's an old man who turns out he was 80, who turns out he's an architect. My first thought was, how dare you interrupt you when I'm praying? Like, I've not done this before, but isn't that like a thing? You don't interrupt people? But then I realized this ain't no motherfucking coincidence, okay? And anyway, I ended up talking to him, or listening to him, for an hour, because he needed someone to talk to, and that's what Mother Mary would do, so I did it. Even though I was like, hurry up inside, because I was like just having my own crisis and I wanted to attend to myself, and I just put him first completely because he's old, you know, and he was on his own spiritual mission, looking for truth about his own origins, his family story, his ancestors, exactly like me. It's like, well, what more confirmation do I need? And I'm such a spoiled brat. Like, I've had miracles manifest over and over again, and it's not enough. Like, when's my King of Kings gonna rescue me with his helicopter so I don't have to deal with peasants anymore. That'll come back to bite me now. Like, who do you think you are, Libby? Like, it's not like I just think of something or I've got something in my subconscious and it just manifests. It doesn't fucking manifest. I have to work my ass off for shit, which is fine, but it's only when it comes to Anne Boleyn, Greg Hallett, when it comes to that is when things manifest with magic. That's when the divine shows up and goes and zaps you with lightning, which, yeah, I actually got hit by lightning at the Grand Canyon on camera, which I didn't realize at the time that's actually, some people might think that's a spiritual thing, like a religious thing. I don't know. I thought that was like an unlucky thing, but I've never read any religious books, and I probably never will, because I don't care. I'm just having an amazing moment here. Just remembering that time on the 19th of May 2020, I found out about Greg Hallett. And I was in one of these apartments. I woke up that morning and just looked out at this glorious view of these boats, and I'm pretty sure this was in the background. And it was such a beautiful view, and I thought, my new life. It's kind of amazing to be here almost 4 years later, after everything that's happened. Dream on, dream on. Sita is connecting with the Force. I'm sure. Mommy knows just where to put the brush, just at the right moment, doesn't she, Daddy? Who's a little caterpillar? Who's a little caterpillar? You're a fluffy little caterpillar. Oh, no, hot fell off, darling. Here we go. Yes. Your man's door. Dream on. Sita's built up some good karma. Yes, you have. Sita can do no wrong. Oh. Can you, Sita? You can do no wrong. That's how I'm gonna feel in 2 seconds when I get out of this car. Look, it's like Titanic. And just go for a walk. Yes, I have a 2-second attention span. And, you know, but it's a lot, you know, and I have to tell myself it over and over again to remind myself that I'm not schizophrenic, because it's very difficult to believe and nobody would understand. Nobody gets it, okay? I mean, maybe you've had similar situations, I don't know, but I wouldn't. Yeah, if you've had a similar situation, I would really like it if you would fucking do tell, okay? Because I'm all alone. No one's coming to save me. I've saved myself. I'm saved. I'm saved. I am officially saved, okay? I live in an ashram, okay? But these are actually not good for your health. I keep them in here in case paparazzi pop up, but it's funny because it's true. I would check myself into the nearest mental hospital if I thought it would be fun there, right? It's not fun there. They're gonna drug me. I don't want to take drugs, okay? They're gonna make me sit in a boring white room with nothing to do, with other crazy people. And then I gotta talk to stupid fucking psychiatrists that don't know jack shit, okay? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So I'll just go to the beach. And I'm pretty sure that'll work out way better, okay? It's a whole hour of my life that I just spent talking. The fuck is going on here? Sorry, it's just going for a walk on the beach. And I can't believe all that's happened. It's all happened. It fucking it all happened, and I have a lot of it on camera. Thank God. Thank God I document everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, but why do I document everything? It's like I was expecting something interesting to happen. And that expectation is the very force that manifested it. So, what the fuck? I hate. So, you have any last words, you fucking nut job? You're beautiful. Oh man, I can't back. You see what's happening here? I mean, like, why are you so mean to me? That's all I've ever known. Oh god, I've got lip wrinkles. I've got lip wrinkles. You know, nothing can prepare you in life for lip wrinkles. You know, they just pow, is there. You're like, whoa, I'm too young. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. That's the end of the story, okay? So yeah. So I'm losing my mind because I signed up at a soul level to reincarnate and remember who I am. And well, not that I've even remembered, but just be guided back to who I am. And then, like, so, yeah. It's a comeback story. It's a comeback story. It's a love story, okay? It's a triumph story. It's a story of triumph. It's a story of justice. Divine justice. That you gotta stay hydrated in 2024, mate. If you want to get through the year, you got to stay hydrated. That's all I've got to say. Every time I see a helicopter now, I'm just like, Gregory, is that you? Save me from this wasteland. But not now. I have a pimple. I'm ready. When you hold on tightly to a part of your life that's not working, it has no room to heal. Whether you're unhappy with your love life, finances, career, home, or health, this card asks you to let go. If you hang on to these aspects of your life because of fears, such as, what if I can't find someone or something better, then the situation will only worsen. However, if you're willing to open your hands and allow the situation to be freed, one of two situations will occur. Either it will be washed away from you and replaced by a better situation, or the situation will heal in a miraculous way. By drawing this card, the angels ask you to try not to control the outcome of your troubling situation. Let go and let God help you. I'm not trying to control anything.
Let go.
I mean, what are you talking about? What situation? My life's perfect. I don't understand. Oh, and just another thing. Speaking of helicopters, I went to Glastonbury tour a few months ago on a bit of a mission, and I arrived at the tour. Okay, first time I've set foot in England except when I stopped at the gas station. I get there, a fucking military helicopter is right above me, and I'm like, fuck. Hands are shaking. Don't know, they're gonna get a Gatling gun and just fucking end me then and there, because they didn't shoot me. They just did a lap around me. Okay, not that I was, it's not like they did a lap around. If they did a lap around the Abbey, that'd be understandable. Okay, maybe it's a sightseeing tour. If they did a lap around the tour, that's understandable. But no, they did a lap around me, or where I was, and then they left. And I thought, are you like acknowledging me or something? Then, when I did my when I did my second live video, which was a few weeks ago or whatever, I see another police helicopter and a boat. It's just a coincidence. I'm sure that's probably a coincidence. And now I live with full-blown schizophrenia, because every time I see a helicopter I think it's me, and I'm just kidding, but kind of kidding. I mean, not really. I had the thought, and then I'm like, you get over yourself, Libby. So yeah, I just had to get that off my chest. And I don't know, like, do helicopter drivers have anything better to do anyway? I don't know, like, do they? Like, what do you guys even do? Like, what do you elites even do? Like, what do you spy? What do you do? Pretty sure Edward Snowden said not much, actually. And I would like to think you'd find chicks way younger than this one, I can tell you that much, because way past the date here. Way past these by date. Could be. Are you finished, Libby? Are you finished with that little speech? Okay, do you have to put yourself down like that? I don't know why I was born in this sun fucking burnt country, but should have been born in France or England or Switzerland or Russia, okay, Italy, Greece, anywhere really, but here, okay? It's a very spoiled thing to say. I'm not allowed to say that because I'm a lucky cunt for being here. Okay, I'm a lucky bitch. I would just like to get into a time machine and go back to Alexandria. Okay, I don't know why. I just want to go back to Alexandria. Okay, I just want to go back to Egypt. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm going back to ancient Egypt. Okay. Oh my God, I love you so much, Sita. You're the cat I always wanted. Now I just have to figure out how I can sneak Sita into my bedroom without management finding out. without getting kicked out. Of course I have a question. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? I guess, well, anyone that can't see him clearly, that he is a bad motherfucker. In the best way. In the greatest way. In the greatest way. In the greatest way. Oh, stop it, Libby. Stop it. That's just too cute. You can't. Jesus Christ. Christ. Woo. He's hot. He's very smart, very knowledgeable. He's fun-loving. He's playful, he's brave, he's strong. What fucking more could you want, okay? He's 62, he's still fucking got it, alright? Don't mess with me, alright? Don't even you dare say anything to the contrary, or I'll fucking find you. I won't, I don't care actually, you can say whatever you want, I don't care. Just good luck saying it to my face.
Moving to the rhythm of the beat, yeah, I feel the